Hello. Did you know, according to statistics, fish don't exist? It's a category, but not one based on evolutionary relationships. There are so many creatures that are said to be fish that are more alike to other species altogether than they are to each other. For example, lungfish are more genetically similar to cows than they are to, say, salmon. Of all the things they have in common, to group them together as fish is actually inaccurate. I came upon this idea very recently when I read a book by Lulu Miller called Why Fish Don't Exist. And the idea that there's no such thing as fish, at least the way you and I might believe, it leads to a very intriguing question. If we could incorrectly categorize so many things as fish, then what else are we incorrectly categorizing? It's a mind-boggling question, really, and honestly, if I hadn't read Miller's book, I may not have even thought to ask it. But now that I have, I can't seem to go back. Humans have been categorizing everything under the sun for as long as we've had hands and ears and eyes and words, since we've had the ability to communicate and express ourselves. It's the way of things, I suppose, to want to understand, to give meaning, to name the things around us. But some things can't be defined so tidily. Some things continue to elude us as a species. Like why we exist at all, what's the meaning of life. We continue to try, we continue to research to develop, and that's part of what makes humanity so amazing. But still, we're not infallible as a species. Sometimes we get things wrong, and sometimes it doesn't matter, but other times it does. Maybe to you or me, it doesn't matter if fish is a category that's accurate or not. Maybe if I say, I want to eat some fish for dinner, or I might say, I love to fish, I may not so readily classify what I mean because I assume people understand and they know. And the biggest question will be salmon or trout, not lungfish or cow. Even so, I'd like to be more aware. I've always thought it wise to question the so-called facts, the things that you just know to be real, to be accurate, because you do, not because they're based in any solid evidence. And even if they were based in evidence like fish being fish, once upon a time that was completely acceptable. Even now, probably is to many people. But facts change because the information we have, technology, it changes too. One day, soy is good for you, dairy is not. The next, it's the inverse. For the majority, fish are simply fish, even when they're not. So maybe we should all question the facts every now and again and consider if what we see as right, as fact, fish being fish, is actually fact. I don't know. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Bye.